Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Why companies don't care about employees' loyalty. Here is why. So this is a brilliant case involving a recent outburst that happened inside Shopify, and we'll see why companies don't care about employees anymore. So should you, or you should treat them accordingly, at least. So like and subscribe if you still haven't done it. So in May 2021, Tobi Lütke, a CEO of Shopify.com, sent an email to company managers reminding them of why they are all working for his company. As long as the company may have established principles, no one should forget that companies like Shopify work for profit, and therefore it's not an NGO or employees' family business. Because as Tobi Lütke explained in his email that he sent out to his employees, we are not a family here because you are born into a family. You never choose it, and they can't unfamily you. So I was really happy to come across such an email because the idea of treating your work and colleagues as a family is quite absurd. And here is the real case with a real company with a market capitalization of $169 billion. Just to give you some background about what was happening at Shopify offices before that email was sent out to the managers. So heated discussions about racial, social, and historical inequalities occurred after employees discovered a Noose Emoji in their Slack system. But it was already in the system for about a year before a real complaint was made. If you don't know, Slack comes with a pre-installed sets of emojis, but employees using the workplace communication platform can also upload their custom emojis to it when chatting with their colleagues. And it's fine because many other platforms also allow customized emojis to be added to their library as well. But when it comes to workplaces, I guess it's too much, or at least there must be a Slack emoji moderator who should administer that library somehow, even if it was uploaded in a package of hundreds of emojis without even employees knowing that it was kind of installed and it was offensive and they uploaded it to the system without their knowledge. But ignorance is no excuse. So anyways, some employees found it disturbing, of course, but even more heated discussions emerged after Shopify culture team produced a 10 Slack commandments video tweeted by Shopify CEO himself on his Twitter account, who found this video a goal. So the video was intended to help employees settle in the new digital remote working environment, but good intentions never go unpunished, as 10 Slack commandments, being a riff on the original track of 10 Crack Commandments performed by the Notorious B.I.G., was a parody produced by the Shopify's culture team, represented some kind of a social problems in quite a silly way. So I will leave the links in the description if you want to listen to both versions. Hopefully listen to it only after you watch this video till the end. But as debates intensified, Tobi Lütke said that he decided to push the hashtag belonging discussion into a read-only mode. Thank you for not deleting that thread. The time during which these messages were being circulated is also important because all this was happening around the peak of Black Lives Matter movement, and we know how it happened in the United States. As long as companies are not governments and they are not there to solve all social and political problems that exist in the world, allowing this to happen in your company and not fully owning up to this, shutting down comments, is quite corporate. Don't you think so? In the wake of all these issues, an email was sent to all company managers reminding everyone of the company mission. So first of all, Shopify CEO addressed his colleagues as a team, and he admitted that it's really hard to manage people, especially during crises and obscure times like this. And as a leader, he admits that employees need help to sort out their problems, and the best way to help employees to overcome their challenges is not to add to their existing ambiguities. So therefore, to help them cope with those uncertainties, he decided to shut off all the discussions on Slack. Understandingly, as a busy CEO, he doesn't want to babysit every manager, teaching them how to deal with their underlings, but there is a gentle, not so gentle reminder that this company is an ambitious business, and that's why everyone who's working there was hired to achieve these goals together. And miscommunicating the corporate ideology of why people work for is quite defamatory, according to Shopify CEO, and I completely agree with him. Especially, it's very misleading for younger, inexperienced employees who just started their careers, and therefore mixing the corporate ideology with family ideology is quite derogatory. And like any business, it loves high performance, and in case of a family, if someone is not performing on the necessary level, a family is working on it endlessly, trying to fix the bad behavior. At least most of the families do so. I'm not talking about each family in the world, but most would help for a very long time before a family member actually gives up on another family member. This is why working for a business and running a business are two separate planets. So because unlike in the family business, in the corporate business, family members cannot work together in the same department. They cannot report to each other because corporate scenarios are quite ruthless, and there are many more things that corporate business owners won't ever tolerate, unlike your family. So performance is what really matters for good relationships at work. And Shopify, like any other big company, only wants smart, caring, and committed people in the yard. But don't get it wrong here, okay? An employee should not be smart to benefit their own interest, but smart for the business interests. And an employee should not be caring for themselves and their coworkers or social political problems that they bring to work, but care for someone else's business. And employees should not be committed to their own prosperity, but committed to the company's making profits and their prosperity as well. So I love this part in this email, recognizing that the only way to make company a leading one is to have incredible people in the team. And I guess you got to be unrealistically incredible or incredibly unrealistic to satisfy requalification for the jobs employees already hold every year to be able to work for Shopify. I believe Tobi Lütke really loved the spike in business metrics that he witnessed at his young company with a historic 40% growth, and he would like his underlings to reproduce that success every year by increasing performance and reapply for their jobs. Leave me alone, I'm recording. So this is amazingly hard to replicate, and it just pushes people to their limits, and it's not good to treat your employees like that. So I really hope that this changes, otherwise I don't see a future for such a company in the long run. Why I'm concerned with overly ambitious CEOs like Tobi, for example. No offense to him personally, I love his company as I'm using it for my own small business, but what I cannot understand is that how a company can recognize that smart and committed employees are the core of their business, yet they actually get rid of them every year if they don't qualify for their jobs. However, the good news is that ex-top performers of Shopify who got some mental issues after working there, and employees who became single parents probably because of the pressure at work, can be given some slack from the company. So a temporary one, of course. Another good news is that workplace cultures also evolve, and as an employee or someone who is aspiring to become an employer, hiring people for your team, this video may be an eye-opener to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. All the useful links are in the description. Click on them, like and subscribe the channel, share your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.